2000 with TMAC and Bo. How's it going, guys?
Hey man, doing good. How about y'all?
Good, good. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Happy to have Bo back.
Yeah. Bo came back yesterday. We'll get into that. Once we hopefully we'll see Alex on here. Bo and Alex, man, what a you was there in the audience yesterday, wasn't you, TMAC, when they
Yeah, I heard that. That was really interesting. They were like bang
uh,
on side by side, right in the same analysis, basically.
yeah. Alex had posted it, and a few minutes later, you would have swore Bo was reading right from it. It was like spot on,
Did it cash?
and
Yeah,
it did cash by a point, basically, right,
Nice,
Bo?
yeah, he got 28 points
nice.
combined.
17 points, 11 rebounds, no assists.
Woo! Yeah, I was like, I kept saying like, why they got Rudy in the game? They losing by 30.
Yeah, get him out of there.
Man, it's over with. So they
They can
fine.
get that dirty basket to screw you guys. That's why.
Man, I kind of felt like they were gonna try to do that, but they did the right thing.
Yeah, it happens too. It's the worst when that happens. So, all
Mhm.
right, all right. Let's just do a recap real quick. Yesterday, first play right out of the gate, I said take the Giants for some value, plus 170 if they could stick around long enough and get past Corbin Burns, they could pull it off. And that's what they did. They stuck it out long enough, got a couple runs right at the end, and took down Milwaukee. I think it was 2-1. I think they rallied back from 1-0 and scored two. I want to believe in the eighth. I want to say so. San Francisco wins that game plus 170. The next
Uh,
game I gave you was Boston and Toronto under 8. Ended up being a push. Toronto won 6-2. Next game was Angels and the Indians Guardians. First five minus a half a run, or take first five on the money line. We went four scoreless innings, and the Angels squeaked one through in the fifth. So losing that bet, no matter which side you took it on. Uh, Took the under in the Toronto Philly. Toronto pulls it off with another win, going now to game 6, but we did catch the under. And Bo was right, and I was wrong on the Dallas game. I called for an over, and he said stay under. You also had the side too, didn't you, Bo? Didn't you lay the 3?
yes, sir.
And he had that amazing prop as well. So that was a trifecta there for Bo in that game. BP's here. Outside of that game that I kind of hyped up for you with that trifecta, nailed everything in that game, didn't you?
Yeah, everything came through. That was a nice 3-0 in that game. I finished the day out, man. I actually went like 6-2 with a push. I had the under 4.5 in that Dodgers game in the first five. That was pretty easy right there. I also had that under 4.5 in that Angels game with the Cleveland Guardians. And in the Boston game, I took the over 220. Brooklyn just I don't know what they're gonna do with that team, but Steve Nash needs to be fired. But so Brooklyn's out, so lost with that one. I lost with Gary Trent Jr. over his points, and I had the over in that Houston and Texas Rangers game. It pushed at 8, so 6-2-1.
Very nice. Yeah, I followed you on the Gary Trent. Just kind of kept an eye on it and the under that I played. It just seemed like he was stuck on 9 forever. He couldn't get nothing
Forever.
going, no points. I did the over 19. I parlayed it with Luca to have 7 assists, and I don't think he got those either. So that's why I don't parlay. And uh,
Hit a
yeah,
got another double double, man. So he been hit those in the last 2 games. He been going off
yeah,
rebounds. Just ain't.
yeah. So Dallas took commanding lead there. I think if they don't play tomorrow, I'm not sure if they do or not. What their next game out will be Thursday, maybe. Dallas is up 3-2 in that series. So I guess let's go right into baseball today. See if we get any more people here to do the NBA before we get going in that. TMAC wasn't here yesterday. How many games you looking at in baseball today, TMAC? I only got 2 plays I'm giving out today.
Hey, I'll be right back.
I got quite a few actually. I got 8, so lots plays for the chat to listen to.
Yeah, it's okay, Bo. If you got to take a break.
No. I apologize. Somebody's ringing the doorbell, but
okay. T-Mac's got 8 plays, so he might be here a while. So let's start out.
I'm good. I'm here.
All right. So yep, T-Mac's got 8 plays he's gonna push out today. So let's start with something that you really like today.
All right. Yeah. So I usually play between 4 to 7 plays. So today was a little bit heavy, but we'll start with Miami versus Washington today. We have Alcantara on the road. Last year he had a 4.01 ERA on the road, so it wasn't that great. But he is an elite pitcher, so I do trust him to kind of, keep his shit in check. In Washington right now versus right-handed batting, they're only hitting 229. It's not good. In the last 7 days, they're only hitting 210. So they're kind of on the downward trajectory. And versus Alcantara, they're only batting 117. They faced him twice. They put up 0 runs and 4 runs. So I'm putting Washington at 1.5 runs today versus Alcantara. But I'm kind of leaning more towards the 1. But Miami's bullpen's pretty good too. It's a 3.33. Washington, like I said, they're not really hitting right now, so I don't expect them to put up a lot of runs off the bullpen either. I put them at a 1.5 for runs. And then we'll look over at Washington. They have Gray pitching, Josiah Gray, I believe his name is. He's been really good this year. He's had a 3.14 ERA, but last year he had a 6.23 at home. So you can't really trust him at home. He's better on the road. It's kind of weird. That shit does happen, but Miami is hitting the ball right now. They're hitting 249 versus right-handed pitching, and the last 7 they're hitting 245. So they're hanging in there. They're doing good. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And versus Gray, they're hitting 337 with a couple home runs and doubles, but it's very small data. But the fact that they are hitting right now, I would expect them to get 2 runs at least off Gray today. And Washington's bullpen is not very good. It's a 4.10. So I expect them to get 2 runs off them as well. So the play is Washington's team total under 3.5 and Miami on the run line. The run line is minus 111, plus 140 for the minus 1.5, and the team total is 126, minus 126.
All right. So there you go. Under 3.5 runs. The Nats, full game.
Yeah.
And Miami laying the 1.5. It's plus money, right? Plus money.
Yeah, plus 140. 140.
Very good. You wrapped a lot of that up. I don't have to talk so much about it. So that saves me some time because I'm on that game as well. I just have a different little angle in that game. I'm going Miami first 5 minus 118. As he's alluded, Alcantara is very strong and has been pitching very strong. He's 1-0 this year, 1.86 ERA. And Josiah Gray has pitched all right. He's 2-1, 3.14. But I think Miami can grab that lead in the first 5. And even if it's tied, we push. So minus 118. I didn't give up the half a run. We talked about this before the show. If you were willing to lay the half a run in the first 5, you get some good value, plus 120. So I'm playing a little more safe here and just say Miami's going to win the first 5 or tie, and I'll get my money back. So there you go. Sounds like 3 plays unless Bo's coming at us in that game. You in that game at all, Bo?
Well, I am taking the Miami Marlins full game. I got them at minus 117. So y'all already pretty much capped the game. So we can go to the next.
Perfect. All right, so there you go. We're all lining up on that. That's what you call a true consensus right there. When 3 of us can line up and the stars will align, usually that'll hit for a pretty good percentage. So look for Miami today to get it done against the Washington Nats. All right, T-Mac, you got all the plays today. Let's hear another one.
All right, guys, why not, eh? We're going to go to Boston and Toronto. My hometown of Toronto. Well, not my hometown, but my home province, I guess. We're in there. So anyways, we got Pavetti on the road for Boston. He doesn't have a good ERA this year. He has an 8.14. But last year, he oddly had a on the road. It was a 3.75. So he is a little bit more trustworthy on the road, but I still don't trust the guy. 3.75. It's not bad. It's pretty good actually. So, anyways, Toronto versus right-handed pitching. They're hitting 255, so they're crushing the ball. The last 7, they're hitting 255, so they're still crushing the ball. And versus Pavetti, they're hitting 397 with home runs and doubles in the mix. They put up 0 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 6 runs, and 4 runs against them last year. So I do expect Toronto to spank Pavetti around a little bit. I'm going to say they're going to probably get 2 to 3 runs, if not more, off Pavetti. And then Boston's bullpen to 3.5. It's not bad. It's respectable. I expect Toronto to maybe get 1 or 2 runs off the bullpen. And then we'll look over at Toronto with Gausman. He's a really good pitcher, guys. He had a 2.89. He has a 2.89 right now. He didn't pitch for Toronto last year, so this is a new home. I don't really have any data on that. But Boston versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 226, not good. Boston last 7 is 206, so they're going on a downward trajectory. Boston versus Guzman, they have seen him, but it was 3 years ago they seen him. They were hitting 286 with home runs and doubles, and I kind of think Gosman's a better pitcher than he was 3 years ago. So I don't expect Boston to put up too many runs off him. Maybe I put 1.5. And Toronto's bullpen's been really good. It's a 2.65, so I put Boston at 1 run there. So the play on this, guys, is going to be Toronto first 5 minus half a run, minus 122.
All right. You just did a game last week with Pavetta. You keep calling him Pavetti. There's an A at the end.
Oh.
I don't mean to correct you, but you did give a great analysis last week when Pavetta pitched, and I do believe that you did win on that matchup as well. Bo's having a difficulty here. His phone may have rang. Let's see if we can get him back here. Hey, Bo, you still here?
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm there.
Awesome. Yep, I'm just
Can you hear me?
Yep, you're all good. Just going over what T-Mac did a game last week with Nick Pavetta, and he was spot on. He played Toronto last week, so it's like a little bit of deja vu here. T-Mac played, like I said, Toronto last week against Pavetta. Pavetta only pitched 4 innings last week. He got crushed, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And Toronto took that game 6-1. So he's basically sounds like calling another rematch of that this week. Gausman's on the hill tonight for Toronto. Gausman has been a San Francisco Giant for his early part of his career, so he hasn't pitched against this Boston lineup very much. But I do like the play, and the play was a run and a half.
Nope, just half a run in the first 5. I got it at minus 122. I'm not sure what it is now. Usually, I get the plays at night, and the juice does come in the next morning usually. So it's kind of tough for you guys sometimes, but the play is pretty solid, I think.
All right, yeah, the play does sound solid. Pavetta has really struggled. He's 0-3 with a 10.03 ERA. He better shape it up, or he's going to get shipped out real quick. 10 ERA is not going to get it done in the bigs. Terry's here. Terry's been here. I apologize, Terry. And Ron's here. Ron's asking what the new time is. Currently, we're just kind of, like tomorrow, we're going to try to come early again. We're finding that getting these plays out earliest has been working best for a lot of people. Baseball starts real early here, especially in the spring. So we just kind of been agreeing on what time we all can get here and get the show out, and then it's always recorded on Facebook and YouTube for anybody to catch later in the day. We do love having everybody in the audience, but most importantly, we like getting these plays out early enough where people can still jump on them and make some money off of them. That's what we're all here for, to make some money off these plays. The games don't start too early today, but T-Mac has a commitment he had to get to, so We just wanted to get together and get these games out. So there's another one right there. He's giving you Toronto first 5. Strong play there, I'd have to say. I like it. Ron's got a question. Shoot it at me, Ron. I'll answer anything for the most part. Until then, Bo, you own that game. You playing that game, Toronto, Boston?
No,
Nope. What are you playing, Bo? Baseball.
I like it.
You like it? I like
Yeah.
it too. We're going to put some money on it after this.
better, better, better. Will. I'll agree.
All right, your sound's breaking up, buddy. We're only catching every other word.
I heard Pavetti, and that's all. Heard Pavette.
All right, we'll get back. He'll get back. He's got to restart. Just a bad connection there. What's next? You going KC White Sox? You skipped over. Oh, let's see if we can get Bo back.
I am on it, Johnny. Are you on it?
What about now?
Let's wait and see if we can hear Bo. How's it going, Bo?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. So what do you think? You like that play? Boston getting crushed in the first 5?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too. I think I'm going to go throw some money on it after the show. I'll write that down and throw a couple dollars on that. We'll see how it goes. So, next game, he says he got something in Kansas City and the White Sox too. I got an angle, but I'm not going to give it out. I want to hear what TMAC has to say. Let's hear it.
All right, let's do it. Okay, guys, we got I don't know his first name, but I think it's Daniel, maybe Lynch, for Kansas City. He's a left-handed Okay. He's a left-handed pitcher, guys. He has a 5.4 ERA this year. It's not good. Last year he had a 4.33 on the road, so it's a little bit better than what he is right now, but still a 4.33 is not a good ERA. It's not bad, but it's not great either. So it's nothing I can trust. The White Sox, we all know that they're not hitting right now, but versus left-handed pitching, this is their one thing that they can do. They're hitting 290 versus lefties right now, oddly enough. In the last 7, they're only hitting 194, so that's really shitty. But oh shit! All right, yeah. So Chicago White Sox versus Lynch. They actually hit them pretty well. This is a spot I think they're going to get right today. They hit 498. It's pretty kind of smaller data, but they put up 6 runs, 1 run, and 8 runs against the guy last year. So I do expect them to get 2 or 3 runs off of Lynch. Even though this is a spot where I think they can kind of get right, hopefully. Kansas City's bullpen's not very good either. It's a 4.11. So, but we're just going to stick with the first 5 in this one. But we'll look over at Dallas Keuchel now for the Chicago White Sox. He's not very impressive at all. He has a 15 ERA. Last year he had a 4.8 at home. So, like I said, that's not very good either. Kansas City versus left-handed pitching, they're 205. In their last 7, they're 225. So they're kind of trending up a little bit in the last 7 days compared to the whole season. And versus Dallas, they're only hitting 216 with a couple home runs and doubles in there. They put up 2 runs and 4 runs. So I am expecting Kansas City to hopefully get their 2 runs off Dallas today, because I don't trust Dallas at all. And the White Sox bullpen is a 3.7. I would expect them to maybe get 1 to 2 runs off them. So the play for this, guys, is the first 5 over 4.5 runs. I don't trust any of these pitchers, and I think the White Sox can maybe put up the 5 runs alone off Lynch. I'm hoping they can get right today.
All right, wind's blowing out 17 miles an hour in windy Chicago. There, I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot too. The total has came down, and I do not know why. Total is down to 8.5. So I think if you like his over first half, you might catch it full game as well. I do like it.
I don't understand why that total going down, man.
I don't either.
It's odd.
That was Kingle, man.
Those 2 pitchers and the wind's blowing out. That game's kind of got over.
I think the bookmaker trying to trick us.
Well, the books have been getting hammered. Only 3 teams are playing to the over right now. I could tell you those 3. It'd take me a minute, but 95% of the league is all playing to the under. So it's been like that. The numbers are dropping.
Just for this particular game.
Oh, I mean, Kugel's just been getting crushed. I mean, his ERA is 15, and Daniel Lynch is 5.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
very good angle.
So, what's that?
Very good angle you have there.
I hope so.
Just the only downside is the batting averages. On base percentages, they're both at the bottom, 28th and 29th. So not only they're not drawing walks, and they're not hitting the ball either. Kansas City's only jacked out 11 home runs through 14 games, and White Sox have only jacked out 14, but nobody's really jacking them out yet. Those will come. We'll probably have a change of a baseball soon to get the attention up in baseball soon. And the weather will heat up as well. It is cold in Chicago, 47 degrees, really windy. It's not the best ideal baseball weather. Did you make a move in that game, Bo?
No, sir.
All right. Since TMAC's got all the plays, we'll let him keep going. He's on a roll.
All right, guys. We'll look at the Mets now versus St. Louis. We have Bassett on the road for the Mets. He has a 3.14 ERA this year. It's pretty good. Last year he had a 3.71 on the road, so that's good as well. I do trust the guy. St. Louis versus right-handed pitching. They're not hitting. We all know that. 222. St. Louis, the last 7, they're hitting 212, so they're still trending down. St. Louis versus Bassett, very minor data. I would only expect them to maybe get 1 run off the guy, maybe 1.5. I doubt that, so I'm sticking with the 1. Like I said, Bassett's been good. He's trustworthy, and St. Louis isn't hitting. Mets bullpen's a 3.45. It's kind of in the middle there, so I kind of trust them a little bit. I kind of put St. Louis at 1.5 runs there. I wouldn't put them at 2 just because they're not hitting. Then we'll look over at St. Louis. Hicks, I'm not sure his first name. It's a bullpen game for St. Louis. He's a 1.29 ERA. I think he's a good pitcher. There's no data against him, or there's no data for him. Sorry, that I could find. So Mets versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 266. The last 7, they're hitting 259. So they're still kind of in that range. The Mets versus Hick, like I said, there's no data. So usually if you haven't seen a pitcher, you're not going to do well against him. But if you're hitting, like you should have the upper hand a little bit because you're feeling good. And St. Louis's bullpen is a 2.67, so that's pretty good as well. This is a tight play, but I do like the Mets on the money line. I got that at minus 111. St. Louis is the only thing that worries me. It would be the Mets bullpen, but St. Louis isn't hitting, so we're going to roll with the Mets on the money line.
All right, there you go. Mets money line there. You brought up it's a bullpen game, so St. Louis will be switching them out quite a bit in that game, similar to what the Giants did yesterday, what the Rays did last week, and what the Rays are going to be doing again today. They're going back to the bullpen game. Yep, no worries. On the Rays will be Matt Wisler again. Yep. Sounds good, Bo. What do you think? Are you on the Mets-Cardinals game?
No, bleed.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna have to get to the point. What are you on, Bo? What game you on today?
Oh, just keep the format. You're doing good, TMAC.
I know, but I'm just waiting to see. You're on the Padres game, aren't you?
No, I said I have a play. I got to play in the Astros game. It's just going down the line.
Astros game. All right, we'll
Nice.
get to that. All right.
Yeah.
All right, TMAC. Don't go to the Astros game. Go to something else. We'll come
All
back
right.
to the Astros.
All right, guys. We're going
to get my play. It's no problem. I'm just this format been doing good. TMAC been doing good.
Thanks, Bo. Thanks.
Yeah. I'm
all right, guys. Sorry. Okay, guys. We'll look at another. We're looking at another underdog today. It's not my best play. It's a 0.5 unit, but I still am on it. We have the Cubs versus Atlanta. We have Stroman on the road. He has just regularly has an 8.78 ERA right now. It's not very good. He's been getting rocked, but he He is on a new team this year with the Cubs, and his away stats last year were he had a 3.03 ERA. It's pretty good. I do trust Stroman still. I know he hasn't been good, but he pitches with a chip on his shoulder, so he doesn't just let things fall apart. But anyways, Atlanta versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 224. Last 7, they're hitting 228, so they're kind of trending up a little bit. Atlanta versus Stroman, they're hitting 309, putting 2 runs up, 0 runs up. I think there was minor data, so I do expect Atlanta to get 2 runs off Stroman today. The Cubs bullpen is very good, actually, guys. It's a 2.54, so I don't expect Atlanta to get too many. I expect them to maybe get 1 run off the bullpen, totaling them at 3 runs today. Then we'll look over at Atlanta's side. They're at home. They have Fried. I don't know his first name. Is it Max?
Max Fried. Yep.
Okay, so Max Fried, he has a 3.5 ERA, guys. And at home last year, he had a 2.94. So this is a good spot for him. He's trustworthy. He's at home. He's a good pitcher. So the Cubs versus lefty. He is a lefty. The Cubs versus lefties, they're hitting 247. That's really good. The Cubs, the last 7, they're hitting 266. So they're really trending up. The Cubs versus Fried, they hit 369 with small data, with a couple home runs and doubles in the mix. So Atlanta's bullpen is a 4.38. That's not good at all. So the play for this is the Cubs money line at plus 147. I just like the way the Cubs are batting right now, and I just don't trust Atlanta's bats. I know Stroman's kind of been struggling, but I feel like he might get right here on the road because he does have a 3.03 ERA on the road last year. But it is a 0.5 unit bet. So if you guys have any additions to that, you might be able to throw me off of it. I don't know.
Nope, not going to try to talk you off of it.
Yeah, because to me, Atlanta they're like a second half type of team. They almost every season, they really start going off after the All-Star game. So I don't trust them in the first half of the season. So
cool.
You're putting up half a unit to win almost 3/4 0.8 unit profit.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't have the calculation, but yeah.
I do. It's all in my head. So
okay.
I have to win almost 0.8, so it's very good value there. And I think the total set at 8 runs, if I remember right. Fried pitched really good his last time out. I had him against the Dodgers. I didn't have him. I had the Dodgers losing on him last time, but he did struggle with his start against the Reds at home earlier in the year. Some of that Cubs data might be skewed a little because they put up 21 the other day against the Pirates, so that can really jack those averages up real quick when you have a day where you get 27 hits and 21 runs.
Very true.
Not going to try to talk you off of that play at all. Dogs do win. They win every day in the MLB. Every single day the Dogs win. And some big dogs win yesterday. The Giants cashed in plus 170. The Texas Rangers cashed in plus 140, 150 against the Astros. So I will never talk anyone off a dog because dogs do win. We will have another dog maybe if anybody's on the Orioles and the Yankees. Big dog there. I don't know if anybody's willing to take that chance. I'm not. Baltimore and the Yankees. But the Yankees haven't been hitting. So, you'll find some spots where you can take against the Yankees and cash tickets. Because they just haven't been hitting, and neither has the Braves. So, what else, TMAC? What else?
All right, guys. I am on the Houston game, but I'll leave that for Bo. My last, so Cleveland versus the Angels, guys. We got McKenzie on the road. He has a 2.38 ERA, very good. Last year he had a 4.76 on the road, so he's probably going to regress back. I would assume maybe a little bit towards that. LA versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 242. LA's last 7, they're hitting 247, so they're hitting the ball really well right now. LA versus McKenzie, there's very minor data. I expect them to maybe get 1 or 2 runs off of him because he has been good this year. So we're going to put a little bit of faith in McKenzie to hold these guys down. Cleveland's bullpen, they're at a 3.67. kind of in the middle of the pack. I do respect that at 3.6. I would say LA would probably get 2 runs off them as well, just because they are hitting the ball pretty well. And then we'll look over at LA side. They have Sandoval. He's been really good this year. He has a 0 ERA. At home, he had a 3.91. So he's really good. He's in a good spot at home. In Cleveland versus lefties, they're not hitting 222. Cleveland's last 7 days are hitting 229, so they are trending up a little bit, but it's still under 230. In Cleveland versus Sandoval, it's very minor data, so I would expect them to get 1 or 2 runs off him as well. LA's bullpen is not very good. It's a 4.18, so I give Cleveland to get 2 runs off them as well. So the play for this will be under 8.5. I got last night at 120. I think it's jumped all the way down to 7.5, actually. I would probably still take the 7.5. I don't know if it's there.
Yep, you got a much better line than
You guys know
I did.
Yeah, drop down.
Yeah, I am on the same game. I did the video this morning under 8.
Yeah.
So you were shopping later than I was and got a much better deal. Cleveland failed to score last night, losing 3-0. They've lost 4 in a row. Oakland's won their last 2. I show Sandoval, Patrick Sandoval, 0-0 record, 0 ERA. The problem is he's only pitched in 2 games. Both games only 4 innings each, totaling 4 hits, 2 runs, but neither of those were earned. 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. McKenzie, his last game out, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Both teams are only allowing less than 4 runs a game, and their whip. Whip is real important when you're looking at baseball and you're capping baseball. Whip is hits and walks per innings pitched. Anything under like a 1.3 or less is fabulous. Average is about 1.4, I would say. Both these teams are up there at the top with the whip. 1.13 Cleveland, 1.15 Angels. Meaning that they're only allowing 1 runner on base per inning per game. If I said that all right, if you get what I'm saying. So I am under 8 as well, so we are aligned up there nicely.
Perfect.
You just got a half a run where my 8 will tie and yours will win. They hit 9, we both lose. So we don't see that happening. We don't see 8 runs in this game. You on that game, Bo?
Nah, I agree with y'all because Cleveland basically went cold. They only scored 7 runs in their last 4 games. So
yep.
So I would definitely, if I was on that plate, I would definitely be on that project.
So getting to the comments, we got a few comments. Bo's chilling. Yes, he is, but he's in the game. BP is taking the A's at plus 225. Am I crazy? Nope. That is a great value play. We talked about this before the show. It's one of those Giants traveling home days. We're a little concerned with the Oakland A's bats, but plus 225 is a great value play. Whether or not it wins or not is to be determined, but for the price and the value, it's a great play. And Terry says we like dogs and BP likes dogs. So there it is.
Better than cats.
Don't fuck with cats. You see that show on Netflix?
I hate cats.
You got Netflix, T-Mac?
Yeah, I do.
Man, you got to look up this show called Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix. My wife told me to watch it. You got to watch it.
I think I've heard of it.
You got to find it on Netflix there. It's crazy. I'm telling you. You got to watch it. It's 3 1-hour episodes. You got to watch it. I'm telling you.
I might be able to make it through the first one. We'll see.
And anybody like Terry, like cats. I don't know. You might not like this, Terry, but you should watch his Netflix documentary. It's crazy. Anyway, let's stick to what we know. Bo knows Astros. What you got, Bo?
Man, I'm just I'm taking the Astros, man. I got a minus 118. I'm just afraid of Hearn for the Rangers going against my own home team. This guy has a whip of 2.34, man. So and you just discussed that's not a good whip at all. So you put a lot of base runners on base. And I just like taking Houston off of a loss, man. They've cashed in their last 5 out of 6 games off of a loss. And in a historical series against the Rangers, they're pretty much the Rangers, man. So they call this the Silver Boot series. If y'all didn't know that, I think they've won like the last. I think the record like 37-24 or something like that. So I think
Wow.
Houston going back. They got him at a price. You're not gonna see this many prices for Houston too much this season. So I got a minus 118, just strictly a fade against the pitcher for the Rangers.
All right. Houston left a bad taste in my mouth last night, only putting up 2 runs. I agree here. Sometimes you get gun shy after, they let you down the night before. Houston's not, they're just struggling with the bats. So I'm going to need to see a little more.
Yeah.
But Bo thinks that it comes out tonight against Hearns. Odorizzi's on the hill from the other side, I believe, right, Bo? Odorizzi?
Yeah, they're easy. Yeah, like I said, the game before yesterday when they played Toronto, they put up 8 runs. So it's some day they come out, some day they're not. So I guess it's just who they pitch, who the pitcher is. And like I say, this guy has an ERA approaching 8. It's like 7.59. So they're saying sometimes you just need a pitcher like that for them to get right. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so
Well, I think the total's set at 9.5 runs, if I'm not mistaken. And with that being said, there should be some runs scored tonight. Is that the total that you
yeah,
know of?
that's where it's sitting at.
Yeah, that's the highest total of the day, I do believe. They have been coming down, so the books don't have a lot of faith in either of these pitchers. They're calling for around 10 runs today, so we got to think Houston's going to put up 5-6 easily to get that win today. Um, and Terry's saying Astros are very inconsistent, and you will have that in April. We're
Mm-hmm.
still
Yeah, then
dredging through spring.
one of their best batters out. So our two base out. So he's been out for the last 2 or 3 games. So what I'm saying, it's sometimes when one of your top hitters out, that lineup struggles. So that's a reason too.
Yep. So minus 118 is a good play in that game. I agree. You're on that game as well, TMAC?
Yeah, I'm a little worried now though that Bo's on Houston. I took Texas in the first 5 money line as a 0.5 bet. I was a minus 105. I don't trust either of these pitchers. And Texas seems to be hitting a little bit better versus Odorizzi. I'll go through the breakdown. Odorizzi, he has a 9.9 ERA. Last year he had a 4.53. I don't really trust that. He's better at home, so he's not trustworthy on the road. Texas versus right-handed pitching, they're hitting 220. Last 7, they're hitting 226, so it's not great. But versus Odorizzi, they're hitting 278. They put up 0 runs, 2 runs, 3 runs, and 0 runs. So I'm expecting Texas to get 2 runs, 2 to 3 runs off Odorizzi, oddly enough. Houston does have a good bullpen at 3.14, so Texas, I'd probably put them at 1 run there. But we're focusing on the first 5. So Taylor Hearn, he's a lefty. He has a 7.59 ERA for Texas. Last year at home, he has a 5.03. So he's not trustworthy either. Houston isn't batting versus lefties very good, though. They're hitting 184 versus, and then the last 7, they're hitting 207. So they are trending back up a little bit. Like Bo said, they put up 8 runs the other day. And Houston versus Hearn, they're only batting 184, though. So it's not really good. They put up 2 runs, 0 runs, and 1 run against him. So I actually don't expect Houston to light up Hearns as bad as he is. I expect him to kind of pitch well. Texas's bullpen, they're at a 4.21, so they're not trustworthy at all. We can't take Texas full game because the bullpen could let us down. So we're just focusing on the first 5 money line.
You got first five money line at a -105.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. There's a chance that both guys could win.
I hope we
Texas
do.
for 5, Bo for the full game, and if both of these guys are correct, you might want to play the over because nobody has a lot of faith in these pitchers. It don't sound like tonight.
No.
Yeah, and I followed Odorizzi. He was a Ray, Tampa Bay Ray, and he had some shades of greatness early, and then he's just really not looked good. The hitman Hearns there in Dallas, Texas Ranger. I haven't seen any shades of him, to be honest with you. He is the hitman. You're just crushing hits off of him. So
Yeah, he's a hard guy
it
to
is the
trust.
highest over of the game, and I'm not a big over better, but I would lean over in that game. Not bend over, lean over. So all right. Daryl's here. He's got some leans for us. I'm a little late to the show, but we're gonna run through all these leans. A lot of leans. Jeez, did you play the whole card, Daryl? He's got Marlins money line, Mets money line, Mariners money line, Red Sox money line, and the under in the Red Sox game. Brewers money line, White Sox money line, Padres money line, Dodgers money line, run line. Dodgers on the run line. Twins on the money line, Yankees on the money line, Astros on the money line, Guardians on the money line, and the under. Daryl did not see a game he did not like today. I have those days, Daryl. I do that a lot. So
he trying to be like you, Johnny, hit them percentages.
hit them percentages. That is the name of the game. So
Do it.
he likes a lot. And for the most part, he's got a little mix in there. He's got some dogs and he's got some faves. Padres money line, there's not a lot of value in that. You might have wanted to go Padres run line to get you some value. Twins money line. Oh, I like Twins money line. I think Paddock is the better pitcher. Oh, Terry, BP's got another book. I just read a book, BP. And that's hockey related. So that is there for you guys to read that are interested in the hockey. But as we said, he likes Astros money line, Guardians money line, and question mark the under. Yes, two of us agreed on the under for sure, and the Guardians, and I think Bo kind of agreed with us as well. He didn't go against us.
No.
All right. Any more baseball guys?
That's all I got, man. Hershey and the Marlins in baseball for today.
And I gave first spot. Go ahead.
I'm all out.
All right, he's out, but he's in. He gave a lot of good plays. TMAC put out a lot of plays there. But you only got the one playing baseball today.
Now I took the Marlins too for a game.
And yeah. Marlins Astros full game. I got Marlins first 5. T-Mac and I both like the under. We all aligned on what? We all aligned on something. I forget now.
Just Marlins. Miami to win the game.
Yeah. So there's a consensus there. Pringle's here. Pringle's thinking Dodgers run line. I got to agree until I see anything. Arizona's fade for me probably until next season. Just keep fading the Diamondbacks and keep cashing tickets no matter who they're playing.
I call them the Bearbacks.
Uh-oh. All right. We'll leave that there. So let's jump into the NBA. We're going pretty long here today. Bo, what's going on in the NBA?
Hey man, I attacked that Memphis game pretty tough. So got 3 plays in that. Got some player props too. So yeah, man, I'm locked and loaded with the NBA today.
All right, well then we'll start. What's the first game? Miami, Atlanta.
Miami, Atlanta.
All right. You in on that game?
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
Yeah, I took the under in it. I took the under 217.5. Yeah, so I think Atlanta's the last game, man.
All right, he just said last game, so he thinks Miami will wrap it.
I'm not taking the spread though, but I think Miami will get the win. It's one of those games like I will bet. I try to get a shorter line in a live play. See if Atlanta kind of get out to any type of lead, which I don't know if they can, but now they're saying they ain't been putting the ball, they ain't been scoring, man. I think they've been averaging like 98 points a game throughout the series. I think what Strauss is doing, he just locking down on Trey Young. He making the other team players beat him. They're not coming up. So they continue to lock down on Trey Young. There's no chance for Atlanta Hawks to win this game. I see Miami just cruising to a victory, man. I'm looking at a score probably about maybe like 110 to 98, 90, 99. I don't even see Atlanta Hawks scoring 100 points. So I took the under 217 and a half. I think all these games don't went under total except one. I think the only game that went over was when I don't even think that game went over. It probably did. The
I
one
think one might have. I think, but
I
they've
think
been trending under.
when
Yeah.
Trey Young scored the last bucket to get that win, but yeah, all these games are low scoring. I don't think it'll change today. So I know the under and most of the game been like 220, 221. It went all the way down to 217 and a half. I'll still take the under. Like I said, I think Atlanta ain't gonna put up too many points again. Plus, I would look at Trey Young's his PRAs. I think right now it's at 37 and a half. He have not cashed his total in the whole series. They really locking down on him. So I think I do the same thing tonight. They just can't defend this team. And Miami is number one shooting threes. And I think that's really where they got the big advantages. So yeah, I would lean Miami minus their points, but I like the under 217 and a half the best.
Sounds good. Daryl likes the Heat on the money line and the under. The Grizzlies money line and the under. And the Pelicans plus the spread and the over. So I think Daryl played everything tonight. So good luck, Daryl.
Locked and
I
loaded.
agree with the unders, fellas. I always agree with the unders, it seems like, except last night I took an over and it went under. Imagine that. I'm taking the Hawks here with 7 points. I'm not challenging that money line. I think the Heat will win the game. But I think with this do or die go home, the Hawks, whether they backdoor it or they stay in it long enough, 7 points is a lot for me tonight. So I took a chance with the Hawks. I probably like the under better. But I do like the Hawks as a 4-star play with the 7 points. But these two guys are lined up on a consensus with the under, and I agree with them as well. So take that for what it's worth. Um, who plays next? Minnesota, Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the middle game there. You on that game, Bo?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I took this three different ways. I took Memphis minus a 6. I see the same similar spot like Dallas was in last night. They're coming off that loss in their last game against Minnesota. A lot of people was complaining about the referees. So I think tonight, man, back at home in front of their home crowd, I think they're gonna come out with a lot of frustration and just take it out on these Timberwolves, man. So I like for them to get the win. They've been covering the spread a lot at home. I think they're like the number one team in the NBA against the spread at the house. It's only 3 buckets, man. So I like for them to get that win by more than 6 points. I also think we're gonna see a lot of points, man. Minnesota give up a lot of points on the road, like 119 points a game. In their last 10 games on the road, the overs cast in at 7. In their last 19, the overs came in at 14. So if Minnesota want to keep this game close, they're gonna have to score some points. Memphis is the number one team at home in scoring points, so I see a lot of points in the game, and so I like the over 232. Also correlated with this same over, I took the over in the first quarter at 59 and a half. I'll take it all the way up to 60. All 4 games to cast this over have 64 points a game. So I took the over in the first quarter at 59 and a half. All those at odds at minus 110. So yeah, so I'm not really liking this game a lot.
All right. There you go. Um, Memphis -6, right?
Memphis minus that 6. Full game over 32 in that over in the first quarter, 59.5.
All right, so there you go. Over first quarter, over first half. Pringle likes the Heat -6 and the under as well. And Pringle likes Pelicans +6. Daryl's on the Grizzlies money line we just mentioned, and he's on the under. So got a mixed reaction there. I'm not playing the total. I'm playing a first half. Grizzlies money line's probably similar to Miami's money line, just no value. They're like -300, -320s. So Bo's laying points. In the second game, Memphis to get it done, covering the 6. I'm going to take T Wolves first half, 3.5 points. T Wolves, they've been coming out hot in the first half, and Memphis has been rallying back in the second half. So I'm going to take a chance with Minnesota first half. This series is tied 2-2, right, guys? 2-2.
Yep.
I'm not
It's
sure.
Both sure. Yeah, both sure. It's tied, and I'm about 90% sure. Yeah, it's tied 2-2. So yeah, I'm gonna go first half. Take those 3.5 points. It seems like at least 3 out of 4 of these games, if not all 4. Do you remember, Bo? Is Minnesota led every game at halftime, or
I think
seems
so.
like it? Huh?
I mean, I think you're right about that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think you're right though.
Yeah, if they haven't, it's been 3 out of 4 at least. But I know Minnesota's been playing real strong and then kind of fades and falls apart towards the second half. But winning 2 of the games, and Memphis is I believe they covered in the 2 they did win, if I remember correct. Is that right, Bo?
Yeah.
Memphis covered the 2 they won. I think Memphis has been the favorite in all 4 games, so
Yeah,
there it is.
I think
Bo
John.
likes Memphis for the game. I'm going to take Minnesota just in the first half. I agree on the money line as well. I agree probably with the spread as well. They've covered the games they have won. Game fives are huge. They're pivotal because then you only have to win 1 out of the 2. While if you're down 3-2, you have to win the next 2. We've got Hank in here. How's it going, Hank? Cat needs to step up tonight.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of games. I've been noticing that if a team wins, they normally cover that spread. You know what
In
I'm
the
saying?
playoffs here.
Yeah, it's like 80%. You know what I'm saying? So if you like a team to win, you know what I'm saying, instead of laying that money line, just go and take the spread. They've been a lot of them been coming through.
Yeah, seems about right. I haven't studied it as much, but it seems about right. All right, that's it. Final game we're going to do here, and we'll wrap this up. Thanks for everyone for being here. Thanks Hank for coming in today. We're going to talk about the Pelicans and the Suns. What's going on in that game, Bo? Game 5.
I just got a prayer proper. That's actually my favorite player proper today. I got that boy DeAndre Ayton over 20.5 points. As we all know, Booker has been out the game in the last 2. So in those 2 games, he put up 28 points in the first game without Booker. He put up 23 in the last one. And I just think this it's gonna correlate tonight. Chris Paul had a bad game in the last game, but he did still dish out a lot of assists. So they just got to get Aiden and Chris Paul and Booker are their 3 top players. So without Booker out, I just think they focus more on Chris Paul and Aiden. So I think it easy go over this point total again. So I'm just gonna keep riding that and then cash the last 2. So I'm looking for the cash tonight. Over 20.5, I got it at -116.
All right, Hank's got a question for you, Bo. Who has the higher upside here, Booker or Ingram?
You say Booker or Ingram?
Yeah, Booker's out.
He was out, right? Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah,
could he be more specific?
I'm not sure either. I know Booker's out.
Yeah, he
Uh,
out. He gonna next couple of weeks.
BP is asking TMAC if he has a favorite play. I don't know if TMAC does favorites or not, or if he just bets them all the same. I think he bets them all the same, don't you, TMAC?
Yeah, I don't really value them much differently. If I did have a favorite play, I'd probably go with the Toronto first five.
The Marlins, because we all agreed. What the hell?
Oh, and the Marlins too. Yeah, sorry. That's why I just keep them the same. But definitely the
Yeah,
Marlins. You're right, John. You're right.
you start falling in love with plays that gets you in trouble. So T-Mac is a student of the game. He's learning to keep all the bets right down the middle and just win them. Win more than you lose, and anything over 53%, you're making money. So, he means for the future, Bo. Who's got a better future, Booker or Ingram?
As it pertains to their team, you know what I'm saying, I would actually give it to Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying, just because of his scoring ability, his 3-point shooting. You know what I'm saying, just how much he take over a game. Now, I don't take nothing from Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying, this guy's a beast. I loved him even when he played for the Lakers. So it's kind of hard to decide, but man, that's a
Yeah, it's two different style players.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's why it's kind of hard to decipher. I would for their position, I would give both of them equal, man. I like both the players. Ingram is a young, hungry player, so I see him doing big things, man, for the Pelicans. So yeah, I would say both of them gonna do pretty good. I can't decide, man. They both go off, so yeah. But
All
with
right.
Booker
Personally,
pulling that,
I
with Booker pulling that hamstring, man, he might not never be the same again. That's a bad thing to deal with. We see it with Harden. Ever since Harden been dealing with that hamstring, he ain't been right since. So looking toward the future, I don't think Booker will be that same player. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a long time for that hamstring to heal. So
All right, all right. Let's move on. We're almost an hour. This is our longest show ever, guys, and we got one more play, and that's the last play of the night. I took the Pelicans, and I'll make it short and sweet. This is game 5. Pelicans have hung in all 4 games. They did not cover the first game, but they won 2 of the games. They covered the other game, 6.5 points. Without Booker, give me the Pelicans and the points here tonight. So, look who's here, Bo. Jenny's on it. Pelicans win, and you know it. And
yeah,
you know it, she said.
she got him. She got him straight up.
Right there, Pelicans win. So I don't know what you think. Who wins the game, Bo?
I'm gonna give it to Phoenix, man.
Who wins the game, T-Mac?
straight up, Phoenix is at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix
Yeah,
is
I
at
gotta go.
home.
I'd have to go with Phoenix, but I do like the 6 points with the Pelicans.
Somebody else gave a pick. Daryl, if you're still here, who wins the game? Daryl took my play. He took the points as well. Who wins the game? It's on me. I would say Suns at home probably win the game, but I do like the Pelicans to cover, and I think they keep it close. It would not surprise me if they won.
Yeah.
And if they do win, momentum going into game 6 back down in New Orleans would be huge. So there you go. Joseph made it at the 59th minute. We are wrapping this up. Um, and Hank's got one last question, guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. What should I take? The over under on Chris Paul's 20.5 points tonight. There you go, Bo. Over under Chris and a half points. Chris Paul over under 20.5 points. Wrap it up, Bo. Over.
Over.
Over. Chris Paul to score over 20.5
Yeah, Hank.
points.
He going off tonight, Hank.
Chris Paul is going off tonight, Hank. Thanks for joining us, Hank. Hopefully you'll join us tomorrow. You're here tomorrow, TMAC. You can make it before your work.
Same time?
Yeah, why not? Early
Yeah, sure.
baseball tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. All right, BP went chalk money line. We have hit the hour mark. We are going to wrap it up and get back to what we do best, and that's capping games. So, thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time, guys. I'm sorry it went so long today. T-Mac just went off on all these plays. You better win them all.
My fault.
Oh, that.
Bo gave some nice plays. What was the best prop of the day again, Bo?
DeAndre Ayton over 20.5 points.
DeAndre Ayton over 20.5, and Hank's wanting Chris Paul to get 20.5. So there's a couple little props for you guys. BP did a chalk money on. What's that, Bo?
That'll be a nice little parlay. Chris
Yeah.
Paul 2.5, DeAndre Ayton over 2.5. I think both of them gonna cash.
All right, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tonight. We'll see if there's any. We know there'll be a game 6 in Memphis and Minnesota. We know there'll be a game 6 in Denver and not Denver. Denver's gone. Pelicans. Denver's not gone, but they are gone. We'll see if the Hawks can continue to get to game 6. Doubtful, but we'll see. So enjoy your plays. Thanks for watching. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Good night.